Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Nightly News. Boy, Ted, tensions in the world right now. I don't even know where to start, but for years they said President Trump was going to get America into World War III. As it turns out, maybe it's the Biden family business connections to Russia and China and the Ukraine, because apparently the drums of war are beating in Washington, D.C. What's your take?
Well, I was there back post-World War II during the Cold War, and it was a cold world, when we were taught to go to the bomb shelters if there was, Armageddon sirens going on and atomic bombs coming our way from the USSR, the Bay of Pigs. There was a lot of historical moments where people were genuinely in fear because the evidence was available and ubiquitous. Right now, this is just an ongoing reminder to everyone. And again, well, not everyone, because some people are hiding from the treasonous activities of then Vice President Joe Biden and his, what a shame, what an embarrassing son, Hunter Biden. What a bad man he is. Rock solid in the liability column for his own family, for his fellow man, and certainly the United States of America, as he took advantage of the most outrageous and blatantly obvious power abuse and corruption, working hand in hand with communist regimes and, bribing and holding the Ukraine officials hostage until they get their way and their money. But a lot of people aren't aware of that, Keith. So the Nightly News, Uncle Ted and Uncle Keith are here to help expand the consciousness and the conscience of Americans who might be watching CNN. And they would be, the people that watch CNN too often, if they're watching the Nightly News in pursuit of upgrading life, let me do it in CNN language, because people who watch CNN will understand this. Bah, bah. Just put your nose up the butt of the sheep in front of you and blindly follow to slaughter.
Why do you think, Ted, for years and years from the Vietnam War forward, the mainstream media was very anti-war, very critical of sending Americans to war, yet the mainstream media is just like you said, sheep after sheep, apparently supporting going back to war?
There was a morphing from patriotism to abuse of power for independent individual financial gain. And it's so obvious that the media, academia, big tech, Hollywood, I'm trying to hold back the laughter because they call them fact checkers. I got to subdue the humor. I might blow up on the Nightly News. So again, bring on more and more evidence, ladies and gentlemen, how you go from wanting quality of life and peace for America into turning into puppets and players for the communists. And again, Keith, I got to tell you, we do a good job in the Nightly News, and I'm proud to share this truth, logic, and common sense celebration with my blood brother, Keith Mark.
Thank you.
But I want to remind everybody, if you want to know the truth, if you want to witness irrefutable documented video and documented evidence of what's going on in the world, let us all watch Tucker Carlson. And I'm not looking for someone to placate me. I want all the evidence, comfortable or not. And now Jesse Waters has a primetime show on Fox News. And if you really want to discover the hate and the lies, the dishonesty, and the anti-American agenda, the pro-war agenda for the military complex, industrial complex, just watch CNN for an hour if you can handle it, and then watch Tucker that night, and he will show you the evidence, the statements, the video footage of CNN lying and intentionally misrepresenting what is going on.
Well, I hope, Ted, as we close this edition of the Nightly News, that hardworking, true patriot Americans out there will take a step back and say a prayer that our elected officials in Washington, D.C. will realize sending more American young men and women to die so other people can get rich. I'm opposed to it. And I would think that if they were that concerned about protecting a border, maybe they ought to think about our own border before we go halfway around the world. Well, anyway, thanks, Ted. Now you're up to speed again tonight. And if you come back tomorrow, we'll have some more of the Nightly Nuge. Ted, have a great evening, buddy.
God bless America and freedom. Let's get them back together.